Have you ever gone to bed feeling fine and woken up unable to move one side of your body? You may think you're doing everything right, eating fruit, staying active, but one hidden mistake could be quietly raising your risk of a stroke overnight. And the worst part? It's not fast food. It's not smoking. It's fruit, the very food we've been told to trust. Hi, I'm a neurologist who spent decades treating the aging brain, and today, I need to tell you something most people your age are never warned about. I've seen stroke victims come through the ER who never smoked a day in their lives. They exercised, they avoided junk food, and they believed they were eating healthy. But what they didn't know was that some fruits, when eaten the wrong way, at the wrong time, or with the wrong medications, can quietly trigger the perfect storm inside your body. These are not wild theories. These are stories I've lived through with real patients, people just like you who made one innocent mistake and paid the price with their speech, their balance, sometimes even their independence. In this video, I'll walk you through the 5 common fruits that may seem harmless, even helpful, but could silently raise your stroke risk after 60. And more importantly, I'll show you how to enjoy fruit safely without putting your brain in danger. Because at this stage of life, it's not just what you eat. It's when you eat it, how your body processes it, and what it's quietly doing inside your blood vessels while you sleep. Part 1. Bananas. Too much potassium. Too fast. Let's begin with one of the most trusted fruits in any senior's kitchen, the humble banana. Soft, comforting, packed with potassium, and often called a heart-healthy snack. For younger adults, that may be true. But once we pass the age of 60, our kidneys no longer work with the same speed and precision. They filter slower. Our blood vessels become more sensitive. And many of us are on medications for blood pressure or heart health that quietly change the way our bodies handle minerals like potassium. A single large banana can contain over 450 milligrams of potassium. For an aging body, especially one taking ACE inhibitors or water pills, that can quietly push potassium levels beyond what your system can safely handle. The result is subtle at first. Your heart may beat irregularly, your blood vessels begin to tighten, and deep inside your brain, blood can start to move in ways that are no longer safe. One of my patients, Mr. Raymond, a 66-year-old retired carpenter, followed what he believed was a perfect morning routine. Oatmeal topped with banana, a glass of orange juice, and his daily medication. Until one morning, his wife found him on the bathroom floor. He could not move the left side of his body, and his words were slurred. He had suffered a stroke. Tests revealed that his potassium level was dangerously high. It had interfered with his heart rhythm and triggered a clot that blocked blood flow in his brain while he slept. What had once been a healthy routine became a silent risk. For those over 60, my advice is simple. Limit yourself to half a banana per day, eaten early in the morning, and always paired with protein like nuts or Greek yogurt. Avoid banana smoothies, banana bread, or eating bananas before bed. Most importantly, speak to your doctor about how potassium-rich foods might interact with your medications, because even something as natural as a banana can shift from helpful to harmful without your body saying a word. Bananas are rich in potassium, but too much, especially when combined with blood pressure medications, can trigger dangerous heart rhythms or blood clots. How to eat safely. Eat no more than half a banana per day. Only in the morning, never before bed. Always pair with protein, such as Greek yogurt or a handful of nuts. Avoid banana smoothies, banana bread, or eating with orange juice and medications at the same time. If you take heart or kidney medications, speak with your doctor about potassium levels. Part 2. Grapes, the sweet trap for aging arteries. Now let's talk about grapes. Sweet, juicy, harmless. Or so it seems. Grapes are everywhere. In fruit salads, on cheese platters, beside your morning cereal. But these tiny fruits pack a high amount of natural sugars like glucose and fructose. For an aging body, especially one with slower insulin response or fragile blood vessels, that sugar enters the bloodstream quickly and with consequences. Fast sugar spikes create inflammation inside your arteries, especially in the delicate vessels that feed your brain. That inflammation leads to stiffness, tiny cracks, and eventually, blood clots. I remember Mrs. Jeanette Morris, a retired school teacher who always snacked on red grapes mid-morning. She thought it was a smart habit. No processed foods, no candy, just fruit. But one day, while writing a birthday card, her vision blurred. Her hand trembled. She could not recall how to spell the word congratulations. At the hospital, scans showed she had suffered a transient ischemic attack, a warning stroke. Her labs revealed spikes in blood sugar around midday and signs of chronic inflammation in her blood vessels. Years of eating grapes alone, without protein or fiber to balance the sugar, had built the perfect conditions for a clot to form. So here's the safer way. Never eat grapes on an empty stomach. Never eat them by the bowlful. Pair them with protein, like a few almonds or a piece of cheese, and limit yourself to a small handful. Eat them during the day when your body is active. And if you are diabetic or take blood pressure medication, it may be best to avoid grapes unless your doctor advises otherwise, because even a snack that feels innocent can slowly set the stage for a stroke without warning. Grapes are high in natural sugars that spike blood sugar and inflame blood vessels when eaten alone. How to eat safely. Limit to one small handful per serving. Never eat grapes on an empty stomach. Always pair with protein or fat, such as a few almonds or cheese. Avoid seedless, extra sweet grapes. Eat during active hours of the day, not late at night. If you have diabetes or take blood pressure meds, avoid without medical advice. Part 3. Pineapple. Acid, sugar, and the nighttime risk. Pineapple tastes like sunshine, bright, tangy, tropical. Many seniors enjoy it as a light dessert, believing it helps with digestion. But pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that breaks down proteins. In small amounts, bromelain can support digestion. But when eaten often, especially in combination with blood-thinning medications, it can reduce your blood's ability to clot. At the same time, pineapple has a high glycemic index. It floods your system with sugar quickly. And worst of all, it is one of the most acidic fruits. For older adults, this trifecta sugar, acid, and bromelain can quietly damage your vascular health, especially when pineapple is eaten late at night. I once treated Mrs. Clara Hughes, a retired choir director, who had replaced ice cream with a few slices of pineapple each night. She believed she was doing the right thing. But one morning, she woke up confused and unsteady. Her daughter noticed she could not speak clearly and had trouble walking. A CT scan revealed a small stroke in the area of the brain that controls balance and speech. Her tests showed high blood sugar, signs of acid-related irritation, and abnormal platelet function. Not one cause, but a combination of effects. Sugar, acid, and enzyme activity, all working against her body's nighttime healing. So how can you enjoy pineapple safely? Eat it during the day. Keep the portion small. Never on an empty stomach. And never before bed. If you are on blood thinners, ask your doctor before making it a regular treat. Because while pineapple may brighten your plate, it should never darken your health. Pineapple contains bromelain, a natural enzyme that thins blood, high sugar, and strong acidity, a triple threat for seniors at night. How to eat safely. Eat a small portion only during the day. Never eat pineapple before bed. Do not eat on an empty stomach. Avoid if you are taking blood thinners or have acid reflux. If unsure, consult your doctor before adding it to your routine. Part 4. Watermelon, the hydration. Myth. Watermelon feels safe. It is cool, refreshing, and full of water. But for older adults, watermelon can be deceptive. It acts as a natural diuretic, meaning it makes you urinate more often. And if you are already on water pills or medications for heart conditions, that extra fluid loss can lead to overnight dehydration. When your body is dehydrated, your blood thickens. It moves slowly. It becomes more likely to form clots, especially during the night when your circulation slows and your blood pressure drops. Mr. Howard Larkin, a retired postal worker, enjoyed 2 large slices of watermelon every evening. He believed it helped him stay hydrated, but he was also taking medication for heart failure. One morning, he stood up and collapsed. At the hospital, they found signs of a mild stroke caused by thickened blood and low overnight pressure. His hydration habit had become a silent trigger for disaster. To enjoy watermelon safely, eat it earlier in the day. Pair it with a pinch of salt or drink coconut water to restore electrolytes. And if you are on any medication that affects your fluid levels, consult your doctor before eating watermelon regularly. Because even a fruit that is 90% water can quietly steal your brain's balance and leave no warning behind. Despite its water content, watermelon acts as a natural diuretic, which can lead to dehydration, thicker blood, and stroke risk overnight. How to eat safely. Eat earlier in the day, not in the evening. Pair with a pinch of salt or coconut water to balance electrolytes. Limit portion size to 2 to 3 small slices. Avoid if taking diuretics or blood pressure medications unless approved by your doctor. Listen to your body. Signs like dry mouth or dizziness in the morning may be warning signs. Part 5. Oranges. Hidden chemical interference. Oranges are a symbol of health. A glass of fresh juice in the morning. Orange slices in a lunchbox. But for people over 60, especially those on medications, oranges come with a hidden danger. They contain a natural compound called furanocoumarin. This compound interferes with how your liver breaks down medications, particularly those for cholesterol, heart rhythm, and blood pressure. That means instead of safely processing your medications, your body may absorb too much or too little. Drug levels can build up and quietly create dangerous effects like blood clots or pressure drops. Mr. Elmer Bryant, a kind man from Georgia, drank fresh orange juice every morning with his medications. Over time, his drug levels climbed. One day, he stood up, became dizzy, and collapsed. Tests showed a mild stroke caused not by taking too much medicine, but by the way orange juice blocked his liver from clearing it. So what's the lesson? Eat oranges sparingly. Never pair them with medication unless your doctor says it is safe. Choose gentler citrus like clementines and avoid drinking full glasses of juice. Because sometimes the healthiest looking habits carry the quietest risks. Oranges contain furanocoumarin, a compound that interferes with how your liver processes many medications, especially for heart and blood pressure. How to eat safely. Eat only small portions and never with medications. Avoid orange juice, especially fresh squeezed in large amounts. If you enjoy citrus, choose lower-risk options like clementines. Avoid eating oranges daily unless your doctor says it's safe. If you're on statins, calcium channel blockers, or blood thinners, consult your doctor first. Other fruits that also carry hidden risks. In addition to the 5 main fruits we discussed, there are 4 more you should be mindful of, especially if you are managing medications or chronic conditions. Sweet apples like Fuji and Honeycrisp are packed with sugar. Eaten alone, they can cause sudden blood sugar spikes that trigger inflammation and increase the risk of blood clots. How to eat safely. Choose Granny Smith apples. Instead, they are lower in sugar and higher in protective flavonoids. Always eat apples with a source of protein or healthy fat, like almond butter or cheese. Avoid eating them on an empty stomach or late in the evening. Cherries contain salicylates compounds similar to aspirin, which act like natural blood thinners. Combined with medications like aspirin, Plavix, or warfarin, they can increase the risk of bleeding in the brain. How to eat safely. Eat only a small handful on occasion, not daily. Avoid cherry juice, cherry concentrate, or large portions. If you're on blood-thinning medications, consult your doctor first before eating. Strawberries are often loaded with pesticides, even after washing. These toxins can build up over time and harm your brain and blood vessels. They also contain purines, which can increase uric acid and trigger inflammation, high blood pressure, or gout. How to eat safely. Always choose organic strawberries and wash them thoroughly. Avoid eating strawberries every day. If you have gout, kidney disease, or high blood pressure, talk to your doctor before making them a regular part of your diet. Be careful with frozen or pre-made strawberry smoothies, especially from unknown sources. Mangoes, while sweet and delicious, are extremely high in sugar and contains compounds that can slow your liver's ability to process medications, leading to drug buildup and blood pressure drops. This can cause drugs to build up in your bloodstream, potentially leading to sudden drops in blood pressure and an early morning stroke. How to eat safely. Eat only a few small bites, and only during the daytime. Always pair with a protein or healthy fat to reduce the sugar spike. Never eat mango before bed. If you take medication for heart, blood pressure, or cholesterol, ask your doctor before including mango in your diet. These fruits are not forbidden, but they require caution, context, and balance. When in doubt, talk to your doctor before adding them to your daily routine. Your brain and your heart will thank you. The safer fruits. What should you eat after 60? Now that we've walked through the risky side of fruit, you might be wondering what is left. What fruits can still nourish your body and protect your brain? Here are 5 fruits I recommend to my patients over 60. The safer fruits. What should you eat after 60? Now that we've walked through the risky side of fruit, you might be wondering what is left. What fruits can still nourish your body and protect your brain? Here are 5 fruits I recommend to my patients over 60. First, berries. Blueberries, raspberries, blackberries. Low in sugar, rich in antioxidants and polyphenols, they support circulation, reduce inflammation, and do not interfere with medications. Second, Granny Smith apples. They are less sweet than other varieties and packed with brain-protective compounds. Eaten with a bit of nut butter or cheese, they give you energy without spiking blood sugar. Third, avocado. Yes, it is technically a fruit, but it offers healthy fats, supports nerve health, and stabilizes blood pressure. It digests slowly and does not cause blood sugar crashes. Fourth, lemons and limes. Use them to flavor water or food. They contain no sugar and support liver function and digestion. They also help hydrate without risk. Fifth, pomegranate. but only in very small amounts. Its juice is potent and beneficial, but should be diluted and consumed cautiously if you are on any heart or blood pressure medication. Final guidelines: how to eat fruit safely. After 60. Fruit is not the enemy, but the way we eat it must change with age. Never eat fruit on an empty stomach. Always pair it with protein or healthy fat. Do not eat fruit right before bed. That is when your circulation slows and blood vessels become most vulnerable. Choose low-sugar fruits. Limit portion sizes. And always talk to your doctor if you are on medications that may interact with certain fruits, because your body is no longer 40. And even something as simple as fruit can create big consequences without your awareness. Closing reflection. You've come this far in life with wisdom, strength, and resilience. This chapter is not about giving up what you love. It is about choosing wisely with the knowledge you have earned. Every bite matters now more than ever. Not because you are fragile, but because your body deserves care and respect. Let your meals fuel your memory, your balance, and your independence. Let your choices reflect the wisdom of experience. And remember, your brain listens to everything you feed it. Feed it the future you deserve. Thank you for being here. If this video helped you see things differently, please share your thoughts below. We are in this together, learning, growing, and living better every day.